I know. The title of the video definitely is evoking some emotions, but watch along. I think you'll see what I'm talking about.
Dragon Ball, horror, kaiju, and more. Steven's Toy Reviews.
Hey there, collectors, it's going to be Steven here, and I'm here with quite a hot take, but I think once I talk about the topic a little bit, you're going to see what I mean here, okay? Alright, so let's go ahead and jump into it, but first, this video is going to be a patron's pick. That means everyone over on Patreon who took part in the poll had an option on what video I should make, and this was the one that was chosen, so if you do happen to be interested, you can head on over to Patreon, and when the vote goes up, you can vote yourself. So, title of the video, Playmates, the best thing to happen to Godzilla in the US, at least for Godzilla collectibles, and that is pretty charged. You know, we have huevos there. And with that statement, you know, it's pretty dang controversial. Why? Well, a lot of folks have been very quick, including yours truly, to note that Playmates have made quite a few stinkers in their Godzilla lineup, and I am totally going to call them on that. They absolutely have. But for the purpose of this video, we're really going to focus in on the mass market action figures and collectibles and toy stuff that is currently available in the US. So let's talk about actually what Playmates has or even has not done. I actually don't have everything Playmates has made, but we're going to go ahead and talk about the affordability of Playmates stuff. So realistically speaking, we do have a couple of different price brackets. We have generally the new hot movie action figures, which are mostly going to be from Godzilla vs. Kong. They are starting to head on back to older MonsterVerse movies with Skull Island, Godzilla 2014 with the poster color version that they have, and even just recently King Ghidorah. So it's good to see that they're moving backwards, but mostly the prices for them are going to range from about $9.99 where the line started at, and it seems like they're creeping up to about $12.99 or so. Then we do have some more traditional vinyl-like figures with just a few points of articulation. Those are going to be between $12.99 to $14.99 depending on where you get them. Both of these, primarily to begin with, they were found at Walmart, transitioned on over to Target. You're able to find them on Amazon, and now they're up even at Entertainment Earth, and I think I saw them listed on Big Bad Toy Store. So availability, they're starting to get kind of sort of all over the place, which is pretty solid. And then on top of that, we do have large figures like you're seeing right here in front of me, 12-inch or 13-inch, 11, depending on how you measure. Anyway, that's going to be about $20, $19.99, $21.99, area. And choice-wise, okay, so we have recasts, remolds from previously released figures, but realistically speaking, it's available, it's on the market, and it's keeping the product going. So I do want to acknowledge the stinkers. Let me talk about that first because, well, we got to talk about that. So back when Playmates first announced that they had the license, Godzilla vs. Kong was rippin' roaring, ready to go. We pretty much had a release date and then it got delayed. Now, this is something that's sort of been hinted at in interviews, basically been confirmed, context clues sorted out. They had to get product ready to go for the movie. And when you work with Walmart, you have contracts. So we all know how Shin Godzilla looked. The first release, which was bad, they basically were able to get the NECA mold, license it out. I already have a video on that. They borrowed from Bandai America just for the purposes of, I guess, being funny, Bandai America. And they put their stamp on it. They used their molds legitimately, no issues there. And that product was shipped to Walmart and was sold at Walmart. So we basically just had recycled product that was already on the market, just so this way there was something on the shelf. Collectors, yeah, okay, splitting hairs, yeah, Playmates, Bandai America, NECA, whatever the case may be, but there was product on the shelf. So yes, it wasn't very good, but there was product on the shelf to begin with. Put a pin on that, we're going to come back to that idea. Then shortly thereafter, we get some pretty neat action figures out of Godzilla vs. Kong. Now, what sort of action figures did we get? Well, we got the standard Godzilla. Couple of different paint variants, including some cool ones like Neon Colors, Battle of Hong Kong. And our first Skullcrawler. Yeah, Skullcrawler's been around since, Skull Island? How many companies had access to the license? Okay, Leonard did. We didn't actually get a Skullcrawler action figure in the 6-inch scale. We had a small little guy, not a 6-inch one, which is pretty cool, right? Okay. Now, where we're at here, we got Warbat, and then we got a whole bunch of other fun product in the lineup. We have the Titan Tech figures with the different transformation and weapon options, kind of a throwback to the Trendmaster stuff of the 90s. I know I can hear some of you gagging already, but we got some pretty neat throwback and homage releases. Then, look at this Gorosaurus here. Gorosaurus, this one in particular, this one is heralded as a really amazing, fantastic release. Bandai Japan, the boys division, just recently released a movie monster series Gorosaurus exclusive to the Godzilla store, and this one is seen as the superior release in a similar format. Hard plastic compared to vinyl, but nevertheless, this one is seen by a majority of the collecting community as the better release. So, yes, the Jet Jaguar that came out at nearly the same time is garbage, but this one, fantastic. Rodan, amazing. Godzilla Ultima, it is what it is. Terrestris, fantastic as well. Price point, $12.99 to $14.99. You can't really beat it. Now, the bigger figures, well, kind of hit or miss, but honestly, if you're a little kid, you have that available on the shelf, you got $20 in your pocket, or, trying to make mom and dad shut up. Honestly, can you go wrong? No, you can't. Plus, it's pretty durable, made of hard plastic. Is it gonna break? Honestly, probably not. And that's kind of really the point of the video. We have a really wide range and variety of products, so if you're looking for a standard straightforward Godzilla, you have your options of a few different designs so far, and if you want action features like him shooting a beam or a breath of some kind or making sound, you have that with the Monsterverse releases. If you want accessories, all of the Monsterverse figures, like this one, he came with a couple of accessories. The different Kongs and the different Godzillas came with different accessories. Mechagodzilla did. So all of the Monsterverse stuff. If you're looking for action figures, different posability options, the Monsterverse stuff does. If you're looking for more so traditional Godzilla-like figures, i.e. vinyl stuff, we have that. Now, you're probably thinking some of the stuff is really bad and it's not very good, and you can just import the movie Monster Series releases, to which I say, yes, I agree with that. However, yeah, in today's day and age, you can find them on Amazon if you know what you're looking for. So, was the original Shin Godzilla release bad? Yes, it was. However, try finding legitimate one movie Monster Series without finding a bootleg listing. Yeah, that's pretty hard. Try finding a legitimate Playmates Shin Godzilla. So if you're looking for official Godzilla merchandise, you just walk into Target pretty much and pick one up. I know with the recent holiday restock, Playmates Godzilla merchandise is pretty much everywhere. So there's that. It's good. We have a wide variety of product. How can you not at minimum, what Playmates is doing? Whole bunch of different features, wide variety of product, different character selections, affordable price, available everywhere, more options to choose from moving forward, and we even have, on that note, new kaiju coming up. We have, there was Megalon teased, Baragon, and that's all from UPC listings that popped up in different stores. So that's great. Cool. Let's hope that comes true. I'm gonna guess maybe not, because plans change and we haven't seen prototypes, but nevertheless, let's hope. Now, I know what you're probably saying, Steven, Bandai America was in the game for so long. We had Leonard, like you just said, who was in the game. They did Skull Island stuff. We had Jack Specific, and then we got like Super 7. We have, Bluefin, who turned into Bandai Collect. Okay, let me go ahead and talk about that. So first and foremost, for Super 7, they're more so aiming at adult collectors, and they haven't released all their products, so we're not exactly going to talk about them. Yes, they do have the reaction stuff, but they're going to be in a different camp, and for Bluefin or Bandai Collect, no. They're aiming at adult collectors, and honestly, yes, they are, up here. Playmates is like down here. So, anyway, Jack Specific. they had the license to do the stuff for Godzilla King of the Monsters, and they kind of were cattywampus. What they released was really good, and they did do the Jumbo Godzilla 2014 figure. For them, however, they did Mothra in one size, they did Rodan in I think 2 sizes, King Ghidorah in 2 sizes, Godzilla they did real small, they did about this size, they did Jumbo, but never a 6-inch. Rodan, they did 6-inch and baby. King Ghidorah, they did 6-inch and baby. And all the baby stuff scaled together. Very inconsistent, incoherent scaling and lineup, and I know that I did do the figure fight, but that was comparing what was available together. Okay, that's the point of the figure fight. Leonard, very cool, interesting releases, lots of reused stuff, but ultimately kind of sort of the same thing. Little cattywampus here or there, we had a giant Kong, and everything else was rather small. And again, even though they did technically introduce the first Skullcrawler, they didn't do a Skullcrawler action figure. Now, I can already hear you. What about Bandai Creation? Well, Bandai America, yes, they did hold the torch for quite some time, and they did tackle Godzilla 2014. Kudos to you guys. And honestly, without them, they really wouldn't have been able to pick up the ball, carry it on, pass the torch, so on and so forth, whatever expression you want to use. But I mean, let's check the tail of the tape. So yes, they did have a great start, and they did release a lot of quality vinyl products, and they did take a lot of risks with things like the Fusion series. However, realistically speaking, towards the end, well, let's take a look at what they did for Godzilla 2014. For the Mutos, what did we have? The Chibis, the Packs of Destruction, right? And that was it. Now, for Godzilla proper, please correct me if I'm wrong, but the proper vinyl for Godzilla 2014 didn't come out until well after the movie was out of theaters and after home video release, correct? Including the large stylized one. Yeah, I say stylized because it wasn't quite on model. There was also continued reissuances of the larger figures that they had, and the first chibi set that they had as well. Then a continuous reissuance of the vinyls that they had. I think they did King Caesar in like 2012, and that was the last new one that they had all the way up until basically they were done. There was a lot of stagnation. If you take a look at some of the other lines and the properties and the products that they had, there was a lot of new inventions. There was a lot of pushing forward. If you take a look at what they're doing now, even, which admittedly new teams, they're pushing their product forward. There's even some collaboration with Bandai Japan. Even of note, they Bandai America at the time, they distributed some SH Figuart stuff. Not then Bluefin, but they did some SH Figuart stuff. Where was that for Godzilla? It wasn't quite there. So yes, obviously, if you want to have respect, Bandai America was there. However, when it came really towards the end from, let's say, 2011 to, 2019, they really did not have a lot of variety, and they even let some prototypes sit and fade away. So, Playmates, they're working in that vinyl space. They're working in the action figure stuff. They do have the chance to really blossom, and I think they're getting a lot of flack for stuff that really isn't something that they should get flack for. Bad product, of course. If it's something that's not very good, they should be encouraged to work on that and change it for the better. However, we have the chance to cultivate something here, and we should encourage what is very good. They do have the chance to make some good product and to really help collectors, adults more so specifically, get some product that is supplementary to what they already have for their very expensive collectibles. I don't happen to see an SH Monster Arts Godzilla 1968 anytime soon getting a companion for Gorosaurus. So, if we do happen to get that Monster Arts Godzilla anytime soon, Gorosaurus, there's no way he's going to get made. So I already got this guy. There's going to be a spot on the shelf for him to go with that Godzilla. So yeah, I bought him ahead of time because, yeah, that's going to be a fever dream. Never going to happen. Good to see that. Skullcrawler, got 3 of them. Why? We're never going to get a Monster Arts of that, I think. So good to have. Yeah, 2 thumbs up. And kids, beat the hell out of that. Everyone's going to love it. Hot take. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop them in the comments below. Please attack, unsub if you don't like it. That's fine. Those are just some talking points that I don't think the community really thinks about. Thank you to the patrons who did happen to vote for this one. Here is your end card as a thank you for supporting the channel. Honestly, some stuff just really isn't possible because my batteries for my camera are like down to 45 minutes. I already got to throw this one on charge. Yeah, so there's that. End card. So this way you can check out some other videos. Don't know if this is going to go up on New Year's Eve, or day. So Happy New Year to you. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.